Hey, good morning. Good morning, lovers. It's Vanessa here. And today I want to talk to you about living your purpose. Surprise, surprise. Not always convenient, but always worth it. Or my all-time favorite excuse, which is, it's a sign, if this was meant to be, it would be easier. Yeah. I was reading some quotes here on Pinterest last night because I love freaking Pinterest. I'm going to share them here with you guys. Let me know if you're tuning in here live so I can say good morning. Opportunity is missed by people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. Read a few more for you that I really got into. When the winds of change blow, some people build walls and others build windmills. There are a lot of people in this economy in today's day and age making a shit ton of money. And the number one thing that you guys are all going to have to address and confront is your fear and the excuses. And it's not convenient. And I should just hang on to, my assets and play it safe. Let me tell you something, playing it safe will get you a boring ass life. No risk, no reward. I remember when I quit my job 11 years ago and started this women's empowerment coaching thing, where do you learn about that? They don't teach you that. And there's no degree for a women's empowerment leader in school. And I thought to myself, actually for 2 years, I let the excuse and the fear of it's going to take me too long to make as much money in my business as I'm making in my career selling mops and lint removers. I mean, is there anything less glamorous with like zero purpose than selling mops and lint removers? Okay, folks. And that excuse, that fear, delayed me by 2 years. I know it's a big fear that a lot of people have. What if this doesn't work out for me? What if this crazy idea, this hand-picked idea that I have, this purpose, this mission, maybe it's just, a pipe dream. Maybe it's not going to work for me. When the winds of change blow, some people build walls and others build windmills. I think the winds of change are upon us, folks. I think a lot of people are, really being confronted right now with, do I build a wall or do I build a windmill? Do I lean all in and try something new, or do I hang on tight and, buckle down? And here's what I have to tell you about living your purpose. It's not convenient. Doesn't mean it's not worth it. Doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. You need to do what's right over what is easy and comfortable and convenient. You need to do what's right. It's called, some people might call that integrity. Hey, good morning, Sherilyn. Good morning if you guys are on Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. Some of you guys, I can't see your comment, and there should be like a link below this video that invites you guys to click it, and then we can see who's actually on here. Love to put you guys up there. Good morning, good morning. Let me know if you guys are tuning in here live. 11 years ago, I started this company, Take Your Power Back Now. 5 years ago, I wrote this book, Take Your Power Back Now, Overcome Fear and Thrive. And sharing the story that I never wanted to share, the story of surviving a narcissistic relationship nearly killed me one day. Never wanted to share that story. Too afraid of what people were going to think of me, too afraid that, some people, people wouldn't read it. It wouldn't resonate with people. What do you know? Turned into a global, worldwide movement. Women all around the world buy my book. Women from all around the world join our mastermind programs each and every month and learn how to identify and dismantle resistance. That's all this is. You're either going to have excuses, you can argue for your excuses and your limitations, or you can have results, but you cannot have both. You cannot have both. And making a change is really scary and totally worth it. So don't let these excuses take you out of your success. Don't let oh my God, it's not convenient. Oh my God, it's hard. This is a sign. No, it's a sign that you have resistance that you need to learn how to overcome. That's the number one thing that, pulls women out of the game, sometimes even before they start. And not just women, men as well. There is only one way to avoid criticism. Do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. By Aristotle. Love this quote. How many of you guys love Pinterest quotes here? I love them. There's only one way to avoid criticism. Do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. That's another big fear that hold a lot of women back from living their purpose, sharing their message, sharing their story, inspiring, empowering other people, being a voice of change in the world, is this fear of rejection, fear of judgment from other people, from your peers, from your family. What are people going to think of me? I'm not an expert. Who am I? Call it Tony Robbins syndrome. I'm not Tony Robbins. Who am I to be rich and fabulous and famous and an expert? The fear of judgment and criticism from other people. Those are some of the things that you're going to have to overcome if you really want to make a change. And it's called risk. Yeah. It's called risk. Here's another fantastic quote again. Anybody else here love Pinterest as much as me? In any given moment, we have two options: to step forward into growth or to step back into safety. Abraham Maslow's law, right? In any given moment, we have two options: to step forward into growth or to step back into safety. Guys, we are all creatures of habit here. I mean, I've spent the better part of the last 24 years researching mindset for success, manifestation, law of attraction, revamping your limiting beliefs, subconscious mind, how people succeed, how people change, how people triumph and overcome, how they persist, what makes somebody a winner, and what I've learned is that we're all creatures of habit, and most people don't make a change until they're up against the wall. And some people only start their businesses, make that kind of leap, or, change their relationship, or set new standards for themselves. We teach a lot of women here at Take Your Power Back Now, really how to set some and get some standards. Get some, set some. You're only going to get what you tolerate out of life. Setting standards, new standards for yourself can be really scary. And oftentimes people only start their businesses and their careers when life kind of squeezes them out of a freaking toothpaste tube. Jump, you get fired. Squeeze you out. The pressure of up leveling, it can be really intense if we don't, answer those knockings. Those quiet whispers turn into a freaking 2x4 banging down your door. It doesn't have to be like that. But you will change. I think we get to decide if, we get to have, sometimes we don't get to decide if we have a peaceful transition. Sometimes it's, rocky and stormy and crazy and sudden, but I always believe that life is always working out for the best. And we may not see it in the present moment, hindsight that comes later on. And I can tell you now, 11 years in, that my career has not been convenient in any way. Learning about leadership, learning how to lead a team of people, manage people. Oh my God, not convenient. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. Cindy says, sometimes in the winds of change, you find your true direction. Well said. Well said. Grand rising. Yes. Yes. Sherilyn says, I was telling my friend last week about you and your program I went through. Thank you again. You are welcome. Yeah, we've got a few awesome programs here for women who are in that process of change. A lot of our clients are learning online marketing, learning technology, learning how to get their program together, learning how to solve problems for profit and, make offers people want to enroll into, right? You can check out our programs. I'm going to drop the links here in the chat. 10K in 30-day program.com. It's probably our flagship program. It's a 90-day online mastermind for women. You can check it out, read about all of the cool stuff that we teach you about live streaming video, making offers, our 30-day video challenge, how to create a platform online, how to figure out what your message is, how to figure out what's in your program, how to price it, how to have successful sales conversations, how to overcome your resistance to doing all those things. Okay. It's scary. There's a lot of freaking things to learn, and you guys can do it. Right? You guys can do it. And you know what? It's not going to be convenient. Anybody out there telling you, oh, just go with the flow and this and that. Yeah. Eventually, sometimes a tree falls in the river and, water rushes against a tree, and there's that. It's not always just going with the flow. Sometimes there's storms and the river gets really, really high, and it turns into a raging river. It's not so calm anymore. That's life. You never 100% freaking go with the flow, fairy dust and angel farts. Come on, people. Gracie says it's totally worth it. I'm deeply grateful for this dramatic shift in my life and behavior. Yeah, man, right on. Right on. Winds of change are upon us. Some people build walls and some people build a windmill. You guys have an incredible opportunity here in my mind, there's never been a better time. To me, it's like a gold rush online right now. Our clients are profiting wildly. Why? Because everybody's, at home. They got nothing to do but go online and watch, these videos, okay? And actually have the time now to invest in things that they've always wanted to do. Like renovating their homes, like taking a singing course, like starting a new course that they've always said one day. Well, one day is now. So imagine if you're able to get your message in front of all the people that are online right now with nothing better to do than watch your videos. Pretty rad. Yeah. And I won't lie to you, a lot of our clients, before they join our program, are afraid of doing these kind of videos and putting themselves out there. What am I going to say? And how am I going to make offers? So that's the conversation I want to have with you guys here today. Gracie says, I've been overcoming my resistance daily with action steps, little but significant bite-sized chunks of transformation. Right on. In the beginning of my business, I didn't know what resistance even was. And I ended up writing an entire book about, the journey of identifying and overcoming resistance. And I didn't know what it was, so we have this part of our brain, this ego that wants to protect us, and it uses fear in order to do that. And guess what? Making a ton of money, that's not safe. That's not safe. Being really visible. Oh my God, all these haters are going to come after you online. I was having a conversation with our year-long clients from the Bikini Business Coach Mastermind. We have a rad group of high-level elite online coaches, love leaders, women's empowerment leaders, mystics, psychics, healers, coaches. And they're really, putting themselves out there in a big way. They're launching their masterminds. They're setting up their video sales funnels. They're running paid advertising. They're learning about sales conversations. They're learning about hiring people for their team. It's a rad group. BikiniBusinessCoach.com is the website if you want to check it out. And one of our clients was saying, I don't know if these ads are working, like really. I said, well, let's take a look at your numbers. You always want to look at the numbers, don't lie. But what I found was really interesting was that, she said, well, people are commenting on my ads and they're not really like positive comments on there. I said, that's great. That means you got haters. That means you're actually being visible in a big way. The more haters you got, that's the truth. And I said, the second way you can really, outside of the numbers, the second way you can really tell that your paid advertising is really making a big push is that people try and piggyback off your ads. They try and like post links and shit on your ads. And that's another way for you to tell, hey, this is actually getting so much traction that people want to piggyback off of my paid traffic. And of course you can like hide those or comments or block them, whatever. And she was really grateful for that kind of perspective, because in her mind, she's like, I don't know if this stuff is really working. Yeah, of course it's working. And you're always going to have people out there that have different opinions of you. Do it anyways. You know that it's fall here right now, and all the geese start moving south, yeah. And we have these really cute hummingbirds all over the place, like it's always zinging about. And pretty soon they'll be gone because they will hitch a ride on these geese all the way down south. Isn't that freaking amazing? Does like nature not totally blow your socks off? Does nature not just totally blow your socks off? All right. Let's take a look here. Let me know if you guys have any comments, questions. Gracie says, I'm considering going live on my personal page to attract clients for my sweet friends this week. Biggest resistance, gremlin around it says, they will not believe you. Oh, that's interesting. People don't like rich people. So I'm going to test it, challenge it today by going live. Good for you, Gracie. Good for you. And really good for you for addressing that, what I call gremlin or resistance, right? Which says, well, people don't like rich people. So all of these beliefs are what really drive our behavior. And these beliefs are things that we picked up in childhood, in our families, at school. And most people never learn how to identify those driving beliefs that drive our behavior. They don't really even take a look at it. You know, those things get created when you're 12 years old, 9 years old, and here you are 40, 50 years old, still being driven by the same old decisions that you made, in your teens, which is just insane. It's insane. So uncovering your gremlins or your limiting beliefs, uncovering where those fears, your feelings give you information. I always tell my clients, I got 4 rules on when you join a live Q&A mastermind call with me. We have them every single week on the inside of our programs. Imagine how much faster you and your business could grow if you had access to a community and mentors and experts that have been there, done that, and can help you answer your questions and give you clarity. 4 rules. Number 1, no comparing yourself to anybody else, no competing with anybody else. Let's redefine failure as a lesson, success as a lesson applied. You only fail if you quit and don't get up and try again. The only difference between me and my clients is that I failed more in this space than they have. That's it. More persistent. I'm Capricorn. It's like really stubborn. And the 4th rule is you're not allowed to apologize for how you feel because your feelings give you information. So what are you going to do with that information? So congrats, Gracie, on noticing that those stories are playing out, right? Oh my God, people don't like rich people. They're not going to believe me, right? This is that imposter syndrome. A lot of coaches struggle with that. A lot. You're not alone. Jacinta, I'm learning that going big requires shifting up to a new level of growth and new challenges, totally embracing it. Right on. A mentor once told me that you're only going to grow to the extent that you're willing to have difficult conversations with people. And that includes yourself. It takes a lot to, garnish having radical responsibility for your actions. When I first started in, trying to figure out how I could take my lessons or my experience and turn them into trainings for people. And we're going back when I really started getting really good at teaching. Let's call it that, what that is. I came up with this 3, my brain really works in systems. And I made this mindset process called, radical honesty. You got to take a radically honest look at your thoughts and beliefs, which generate your behavior, right? Which drive your actions. Have a approach yourself with radical honesty. Take radical responsibility for changing those beliefs and those habits and those thoughts. What's a belief? A thought that you keep thinking. So there's a very specific process that we teach our clients about how to recreate new beliefs. If you go on our website, Take Your Power Back Now, if you visit our YouTube channel and watch all the case study testimonial videos, there's hundreds of them at this point. So it obviously works. It didn't just work for me. It's worked with now hundreds, thousands of our clients that have taken our programs here in the last just 5 years alone. So radical honesty, take radical responsibility for installing new beliefs that lead to new habits, lead to new behaviors, lead to new results, and then have enough radical self-love to keep doing that process over and over. It's kind of like having a shower, like Jacinta is saying here, you're going to grow to a new level. Maybe you take your income from like $60,000 a year to $60,000 a month. Do you know what kind of change, what kind of beliefs that requires? We've seen a lot of our clients do that. Turn their yearly income into a monthly income. A lot of our clients quit their jobs. F off. I'm going to start my own thing. That requires a tremendous amount of courage, but also a completely different mindset, a completely different way of showing up. Totally possible. And once you hit a new level of success or income or impact, you're going to stay at that level until you redo that process all over again. So it's kind of like having a shower. You got to have enough radical self-love to keep doing, keep having a shower every day, right? Keep cleaning your searching, replacing, installing your beliefs with new ones that take you to the next level. One of my all-time affirmations I got started with, this one really took me from like the $10,000 to $40,000 a month mark way back in the day, was I am totally worthy and deserving of extreme wealth, joy, and romance. I am. Anything you say after the words I am, you begin vibrating as you become. Yeah. And I really doubled down on the principles of creation, the laws. There's laws that govern reality like gravity. Same thing with success, mindset, impregnate your subconscious mind. I became obsessed with figuring out how do I do that? And not just like a fluke, but recurring. How do I do that? None I've done this now, bought houses, 10x my income. I can say, hi, I have 10x my income. I'm showing clients how to 10x their income. Yeah, $300,000 a month is not a fluke, folks. It's not a fluke. That is, and the weird part about it is, it's kind of a boring process. And people don't believe that. But if you have a recipe to bake the best cookies, yeah, you just use the recipe again and again. That's the boring part. The recipe is the same recipe. But instead of chocolate chips, maybe you put strawberry, or the next time you're bored, you put raspberry, or next time you make them grape, or you want to get a house, or it's a car, or it's a new business manager, or it's a fill in the blank trip to Italy. The recipe and the process for manifesting that is the same recipe. The goal just changes. And I think as human beings, we want something, it's like, it's got to be more difficult than this. No, you just have to have discipline, persistence. These are habits that will take you everywhere you want to go. And then following the laws. We teach a lot on this in our programs. I love this conversation. Hummingbirds in the backs of geese. Fascinating. What a beautiful reflection of how the turbulence of our ascension will carry others along with us. That is inspiring. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a great way to put that. I had the hummingbirds right on the backs of geese all the way down south. How awesome is nature? How awesome is nature? Oh, Gracie's in our WCA, our Wealthy Coach Academy. Right on. Anybody else here on the inside of our programs chiming in? It's great to see new people here. So awesome to connect with you guys every day. So awesome to see who's in our programs. Gracie says, I'm following the process, $60,000 per month. I claim it. I'm in the Wealthy Coach Academy, one of the best investments so far. I am rich. I am wealth. I am resilience. I'm wise. Notice she's using the affirmations. I am. Right on. I am that I am. I claim it right now. So this is really powerful for everyone to see here. So in process right here is absolute proof of what I was sharing with you guys. Your I am affirmations, whatever you say. In the beginning was the word and the word was God. Everything you say after the words I am, you become. How does that work? Well, you can either behave or believe, and you might get like pretty theological right now. But I read some fantastic work about 5 years ago that really changed my life. And it kind of put the law of attraction into the right perspective for me. And it stopped being this magical fairy tale angel fart shit. And it really turned into science for me. And like I said, I've been obsessed with this stuff for like the last 24 years. I think when I was 17 years old, I read Tony Robbins' book. It was like read 4 chapters and moved out of my house. I was like, that's it. I'm out of here. Never look back. So I've been on the personal development journey for quite some time. You can believe that there's this big, hairy, scary God outside of you that's going to punish you, that's going to, do bad things to you. Or you can act as God, your consciousness, right? We're all vessels for consciousness. We're all like a cup. And we can decide, today I want to put tomato juice in my cup. I want something salty. Or we can next day empty the cup and put grape juice. I want something sweet. And the next day we can say, I am, $60,000 this month. Or the next, I am, worried or anxious or sad, which is most of the time the story or the story that's running in the background of our mind. And it's not something that we're conscious of, but that doesn't negate the law that whatever you vibrate as, you attract back to you and you become. Because we're all conscious creators. So in our programs, I teach you guys this process. It's in module 4 of both our Wealthy Coach Academy, our 10K and 30-day program. Of course, in our Bikini Business Coach Mastermind, I am a conscious creator process, which is a process of asking your subconscious mind, all right, a couple questions. So you look under the hood and see what's there. And then turn it around, radical responsibility. So that's the radical honest look, radical responsibility. Let's turn that around into an affirmation that says the complete opposite and learn how to impregnate your subconscious mind. Install. And we know that the subconscious mind is impregnated by 3 things. That's all. Now, if you would have told me these 3 things when I was 20, I'd become a millionaire a lot sooner. Repetition, feeling, and visualization. That's why we use these I am affirmations, because it changes. I am this, I am that. Repetition changes your state. What does Tony Robbins teach again? Oh, yeah. Change of state. Oh, yeah. Interesting, eh? Not that I've never taken any Tony Robbins programs, but that's what he teaches. I think he uses NLP, change of state. And then visualization. So you look at like Olympic athletes. Why do they always visualize themselves crossing the finish line? Because whatever you see in your mind, right? Even imagination, your subconscious can't tell the difference between imagination and reality. Pretty rad, right? So I teach our clients how to apply this to their business, because you're really talking about a massive change in your identity as a business owner, as a leader, as somebody who invests in paid advertising, as somebody who, doesn't do everything by themselves, who outsources and hires people and trusts people, and it's quite rad. What's up, Letitia? We are nature expressing its awesomeness. Absolutely. Lori, good morning, Lori. Jumping on. Good morning. Just Jazz. Hey, what's up, Jazz? I just enrolled in the Wealthy Coach Academy. I'm over the moon and enjoying the process so far. Major game changer already. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Jazz. Welcome aboard. Super stoked. You guys have all of the recipes right in front of you on the inside of our programs. So you have meditations, checklists, those questions to ask your subconscious, my morning abundance rituals, how to close your energy leaks. Very important. How to identify, where you're leaking out energy. If we're like a laser beam or a flashlight, and we have all of these open loops, then when you click the button to turn it on, you get a very dim light coming out. How rad would it be to be like a fucking laser? Super, super strong, 100%, 1000% force, right? We're a cup where consciousness comes through the cup. And if you have a crack in your cup, it's still going to work, but it's not going to be you're not going to be able to drink as much as if your cup, was sealed up. So healing your energy leaks, a really big part, cleaning those up, managing disappointment, another huge part of entrepreneurship. A lot of people don't talk to you. They talk to you about the funnels and about the Facebook ads and about your webinar. Fuck, it's not about that shit, you guys. Those are tactics. Those are tactics. Let's talk about the strategies. Let's talk about your behavior. Let's talk about your state. Let's talk about who's running the show, making the decisions. You need to master that first. Then you can apply all the tactics you want. All of my best creations emerge from complete immersion and proclamation. That's it. Believing it with all of my cells and transforming into the dreams we make them to make them my reality. I resonate with this. You're right on. Yep. Abso-freaking-lutely. Letitia says, I was in your 10K program and it was worth every penny. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. So happy to see graduates jumping on here. So happy to see new people jumping on here. People who are currently in our programs. Our 10K and 30-day program is actually a 90-day online mastermind. People get a little bit tripped up with like, why is it? I thought it was like a 30-day program. It's a 90-day program, and the whole goal is to help you create using our blueprint, and we've taken thousands of people through, how to create a $10,000 a month income online as a coach, healer, trainer, online expert, author, speaker, and sell your services online. So we give you 90 days on the inside of the program, and the goal is to help you get to $10,000 a month, which is really easy when your program is like, $2,500 or $3,000 or $5,000. You only need a few sales. What you need to get really dialed in is your mindset, your habits for success, right? Becoming a conscious creator. Not as sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but how do you actually really set the bar and shatter your glass ceiling on your income, on your impact, on your visibility? How do you create new beliefs that then drive your new behaviors as a leader, as a business owner, as somebody who, invests, leans in, takes advantage of opportunities, who builds windmills instead of building walls when the winds of change are upon you? Entrepreneurship is about adapting. It's about resourcefulness. It's about believing in things that only you can see, that other people may never see, and trusting that. I built my business after bankruptcy, you guys. My first book, it's called From Bankrupt to Making $900 a Day Selling Mops. Okay? True story. I went bankrupt and I got started teaching people about law of attraction and sales, everything I learned during this 4-year kind of I guess I would call it like an apprenticeship into entrepreneurship, selling mops, having to manage my state, having to make sure that I put my offers out every single day in front of large audiences. And then I started teaching other people about marketing and mindset and sales. But my business, Take Your Power Back Now, I built that by following my intuition. I built that with no credit. There is always a way. There is always a way, lovers. There is always a way. Love everybody here tuning in. Good morning. Good morning, Tatiana. What a rad name, Tatiana. Is that like Russian or Yugoslavian or what is this? I'm Ukrainian, by the way. If anybody didn't know, my grandmother was born in the Ukraine. We love to cook yummy food. All right, let's check in here. I noticed too many business folks strategizing off of fear in their campaigns. I was attracted to work with you because you focus on love and clarity, no fear. This is true. I mean, thank you for sharing that. I really believe that we're in a time of leading with love. We're in a time of leading with love. That's really what's going on here. And it's also a time, it's a radical intersection, what I'm seeing, between people that have God in their lives and that don't. I mean, there's a very clear fucking distinction, folks. People that don't have God in their lives are out burning cities down right now. Yeah. And doing other crazy shit. Like child trafficking, pedophilia, fucking running rampant. It's so gross. The rabbit hole is so deep. You just don't even want to look into it because it's like, oh my God, what am I going to learn today? And that's the very clear distinction between people that have God and people that don't. We're seeing it. So the world needs, love leaders like never before. So I say it's a fucking gold mine, you guys, right now. If you are learning and leaning in, learning online tools, learning the strategies, learning how to do live streaming videos, learning how to make offers to people, learning how to, lead with love, share your inspiration, help people. If you learn how to help people, you're never going to go broke. Never. Everyone's online right now. Do you understand? It's a fucking gold rush. One day, let me tell you what, living your purpose, you're never gonna feel ready. It's never gonna be convenient. Never. But totally worth it. Tatiana, she's Russian. I knew. Great name. Gracie says, I was built for this. I've been an entrepreneur sitting in a seat since I was a child. I'm raising in my greatness for the sake of love, contribution, humanity's enlightenment. Right on. You absolutely will, I believe, have a knocking on your heart. I know for myself, for many people that join our programs, I hear the same thing over and over again. I was praying for this. I was praying for this program, for you, for this kind of mentorship, for this kind of guidance, for this kind of community. And you popped up on a Facebook ad. Like we hear this all the time. So you pray, and then, God's source spirit shows you an opportunity, but you still have to turn the handle on the door and walk through. You still have to invest. You still have to lean in. You still have to take action because we have free will. You can pray all you want for $100,000, but the unicorns ain't going to come flying in your fucking chimney with a $100,000 check for you. It's just not going to happen that way. What happens is an opportunity comes walking down the street, might look like a fucking unicorn, but you still have to go out and grab the reins and take the unicorn. Do you see what I'm saying? I have a healthy dose of reality and a really fucking sharp sword when it comes to spiritual bullshit, because I see a lot of it out there. I'm very spiritual. I've traveled to some of the most incredible energy vortexes on the planet: Costa Rica, Hawaii. Spent a lot of time in Hawaii. I spend a lot of time there every year, here in Mount Shasta, California, in Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, China, Cambodia. God, I really love Thailand. I'm made to be living in my bikini, you guys. Today I'm wearing a jacket. It's a little bit cool, but I'm grateful for the cool air. But very spiritual, and I also see how that can be misused. And when people really don't understand and are looking for answers, your mind is open, and you're pretty vulnerable. And I certainly fell into a lot of, listen, I went looking down every single pathway for the truth. I've been on this path for a long time. And I've seen every kind of freaking shyster out there. I have, and I've also gone looking in churches, So there was actually a cult on Kauai, Hawaii, that just got kicked off the island, which I'm really happy about. People, misusing spirituality. Okay. So it's great to go looking for the truth. And it's also really, really great to know how to honor your truth. Yeah? It's very important. Don't make somebody else your guru out there. It's another rule I have for my clients. I am not your guru. I'm not. I can give you a recipe, but I'm not going to go to your house and cook the thing for you. You know, I'll give you the recipe though. If you want to do it, you can prove it to yourself. That's real empowerment. Davina's in the house. I love you too. How are you over there in, starts with an M. It's not Maui. It's on the East Coast. Miami. How's it going over there? How's it going over there in Miami? Lori. Aw, thank you. You're the best. Always inspiring and kick-ass. Thank you. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing. And there's just too little of it. Yeah, man. Well, I think I know that, you know, I have these quotes that I post all over the house all the time. You know, love will save the day. Love always wins. It's so true. Got some great questions coming in. So thank you for these questions, you guys. Do you suggest to clients, Letitia says, to quit their day job to live their purpose, or do you suggest earning money first in the coaching before they take a drastic step? Curious on what you suggest. Well, that's really dependent, okay? And thanks for this question. We teach our clients on the inside how to earn while they learn, okay? Earn while you learn. Some people already have a really good base and foundation for the habits of entrepreneurship. They understand planning. They understand the mindset piece. They understand, you know, the fear and leaning in and shattering their glass ceilings and taking new action steps. And they might have a good foundation of understanding online technology. Some people do not. Others do not. And this is why I love our 10K and 30-day program, because we teach people how to earn while they're learning. Earn while you learn. And I would highly recommend that you do that. Keep your job, have your coaching business on the side, and earn while you learn. And then when your coaching income replaces your real income, you can, you know, give your boss the pink slip. That would be in an ideal world. That's what I would recommend. And the reason I would recommend not just quitting and jumping into doing your business full time is because a lot of entrepreneurs underestimate just how much of a learning curve they really have. They're sold pony farts and fairy dust and you know, unicorns, and they're not actually prepared for that massive internal shift of changing identity, beliefs, habits that is required. And I know a lot of entrepreneurs, you know, are actually beyond that. They got squeezed out of the fucking tube of toothpaste. It's showtime! And you got fired. So now your ass is against the walls. There's no more thinking about it time. It's fucking go time now. We have a lot of people like that also in our programs. You know. So that's a great question. That'll be my recommendation, is to keep your job until, because when you're on the phone with people, they can hear and feel your desperation. So you don't want to be desperate. And I learned that lesson when I first quit my, well, here's what I did. I had a job for 4 years and I made, you know, great money. I made sometimes $1,000 a day selling mops and lint removers, doing these live pitch shows to people, you know, 20-minute show. And I got really fucking good at it. You know, business is show business. And I had a lot of fun cracking jokes, and people would run away with like 5-6 mops and all this stuff. And it was a lot of fun, okay? But it wasn't my purpose, and I didn't have a life because I had to go live in hotels, and I was like this road warrior. And at one point it became so, you know, hard to just go to work another day at something that I just didn't want to fucking do anymore. But I still, at the same time, I was terrified that, you know, I didn't know how to position myself in the marketplace. I didn't know what I was going to be selling. How could I take the gifts that I had now and actually turn it into something that would be useful in the marketplace? I know that's hard to believe when you're watching maybe these videos for a couple of years and you're like, Vanessa, you're a rock star. You make millions of dollars. You help all these people. You're the community business coach. You don't know, fuck. You really felt like that? Damn right I did. For a long time. which is why I help people with that, same issue. The resistance, the fear, take your power back now, overcome fear and thrive. It's the whole purpose here, but the whole message behind my company. And we do that really fucking well. Got a whole team of incredible love leaders that really, really do that well. Love our clients. So when I was doing the mop thing, there came a time when I said, okay, I'm really going to make a plan for this. I'm going to, for those 4 years, all the money that I made in my career, I was investing into learning how to become an online marketer, learning copywriting, trying these videos, launching Facebook ads and failing miserably, and hiring and firing teams of people and getting my Facebook ads account shut down, and all this shit that was so inconvenient. And then eventually, I had, I launched a telesummit. Now we're talking 11 years ago. I wouldn't do that in today's world. It's just too much work it's just unnecessary to do that. It's a lot of investment, a lot of technology, a lot of planning, a lot of tech. It doesn't need to be that complicated, period. It just doesn't. I would not do that at all at this day and age. Do not do that. And I remember I had 18 failed sales calls. 18 failed sales calls before somebody said yes. And what I realized was it was because I was, on the phone trying to get these people to like me and be friends with me. I didn't understand what high ticket sales was really all about. And your clients are not hiring you to be their friends, folks. They're hiring you to help them get a result. So in my, I finally, and I learned, when I used to sell mops, if I just had like a really funny show, nobody would buy anything. There was no urgency. There was no, there was nothing there. It was just a funny show. There's no reason for them to pull out their wallets and pay. So my first client that bought my high ticket coaching actually taught me a really great lesson, because I think at that point I was on the phone for like 6 hours inside my house, like 7 days a week on the phone I had like 65 coaching calls that were booked. I finally learned how to make an offer to my email list. I had a small email list back then, about 1,000 people, 1,000 people. So funny. We just deleted 80,000 people off our email list like a month ago. So funny to look back at like humble beginnings. Anyways, 6 hours. And finally, I just was like, listen, man, here's what it is. Bang, bang, bang. Here's what it's not. Blah, blah. I just was like, I just didn't have it in me to have any more bullshit, to kiss ass. And this lady bought my coaching program. It was an Australian lady for $3,600. And I hung up the phone and I was like, what the heck just happened here? And I realized it was because I was being honest. I wasn't bullshitting or ass kissing or any of this stuff. It was like, here's the dang truth, lady. And she was like, I'm in. And that's the same thing that happened on the mop stage. Like, hey, here's the deal. Do you want it? Yes or no? I got a limited number. Move. And so if you leave your job and your safety net and you don't have any money coming in, and you're on the phone and every phone call is like, oh my God, I hope this person buys, you're fucked. That's desperation. They're never going to buy. So I don't want you to be in that state. That's kind of the long-winded version of answer to your question. And again, there's a question. It was a great question by Letitia. Thank you for that. Hope that helps. Tatiana, best time ever to show up. Absolutely. 90% of success is showing up. Showing up. Gracie says, that's how it worked for me. A gorgeous Facebook ad. And then I started my transformation to seeing money as an energetic currency and no longer seeing it as pain. It was the first time I decided to invest in myself in such a way. Right on. Congratulations. How do you expect your clients to invest in you if you won't invest in yourself? Ding dong. Ain't gonna happen. So congrats, Gracie. Right on. Happy that you saw an ad and that changed things for you. A lot of people find our ads. Tatiana says false temples of spirituality. Oh yeah, there's a lot of them out there. You're gonna be careful for that. Wow. Gracie says, I was raised in a cult. This is part of my transformational story for my gorgeous clients. Wow. You're gonna write a book? I can't wait to read it. Look at me. You got me. You got my eyeballs are like, wow, I want to hear about it. I'm already curious. I definitely think you should, that would be a great story. A lot of people would want to hear. And Gracie says, I was squeezed out of the toothpaste tube. You see, you get it. Your purpose comes and it's like, well, it's time. I know you don't feel ready, but too fucking bad. The show is starting. The curtain is rising. It's scary. What's up, Joy is in the house. Oh my God, I miss you. My friend from Kauai is a rock star real estate agent. When I buy my house in Hawaii, we've looked at some properties together. Are you eating mangoes? Are you eating freaking papayas for me over there? Are you swimming in Mama Kauai and kissing her shores for me? Oh my God, I miss going. There's, I think, it's still a 2-week ban on traveling. What is it? We have these silly things. What is it called? Do you have a quarantine? Anyways, love you. So great to see you. What's up? Trisha Kondo's in the house, traveling from Rimouski to home. Trish is another fellow Canadian who has just absolutely freaking rocked her online coaching business. She's got a rad story to share. Maybe she'll share it here with you guys. So rad. Quit her jobs, doing her business full time. Boss, man. Fucking boss right there. Thank you, Tatiana. Golden advice. Hey, if you guys are showing up like this on the video, do yourself a favor and go right below the video. There should be like a little link that says click here to allow your comments to appear, your face to appear on Facebook. I think it's part of the group setting. If you're in a group and you see one of these live videos, then it will hide your face until you click on this link and say, I allowed myself to be. Of course, if you want to. I do plan on writing one. Yes, write your story. Let me tell you something. The story you least want to tell is the story you must tell. The story you least want to tell is the story you must tell. All right? And it's scary, and do it anyways. And again, for those of you guys writing in with questions about our programs, I'm going to drop the link here to our flagship program, 10K in 30-day program.com. Where you can read, what we cover in each of our 8 training modules, what's in the bonus module, and take a look at some of the testimonials. We do case study, with case study videos with our graduates to show you, it's not, I can sit here all day long and tell you our program is rock, but when you have hundreds of other people saying, wow, this is what I did, this is the best freaking investment I ever made in my life. That might quell some of your, concerns or questions. So do go ahead and check out 10K in 30-day program.com. You can also check out bikinibusinesscoach.com. I'm actually in the process of revamping that website. I'm so excited to share with you the new site, but it's not ready yet. So this is our old one. Bikinibusinesscoach.com is our year-long mastermind program where we do these really fun in the sun Soul Sister Mastermind live events. And holy shit, it was a lot of fun. I cannot wait to get those going again. Liz, great question from Liz, says, how do you figure out how to package and price an offer? Well, that's a dang great question. We give you guys all the templates on the inside of our programs, but the short and the skinny of it is, I recommend that you start with, if you've never had any coaching clients, start with a 90-day one-on-one program. Charge what you think people will, where your like edge is at. So if your edge is at $500, $1,000, start there. You want to make it 90 days so that you actually have enough time to, work with your clients on the beliefs and the habits that are, changing those. That's really going to give them lasting transformation. It's not going to happen in a one-off call. And you need to, really work on gathering enough confidence in yourself by working with people and then start raising your price. That's what I would recommend. Get 5 to 10 3 to 5 clients under your belt. That should give you some good experience, some testimonials as well. And then you can start thinking about having some kind of a group program. Too many people, what they do is they take all these courses and they build all this crazy infrastructure, and they get all these programs and the autoresponders and the click funnels and the this and the that and they build all this stuff, and then they're like, oh my God, nobody wants that. And they've been busy all this time building all this shit, which is actually taking them out. It's a form of resistance, and the resistance is that you're busy and you're working, but what you're actually doing is avoiding rejection. You're avoiding being rejected by having sales calls with people. It's a very big fear. People have all kinds of beliefs and bullshit about sales. Sales is helping people. Sales is transformation. It's the art of transformation. Nothing happens until the sale is made. Think about it. You want to go to Italy? You got to buy a plane ticket, folks. You're not going to sprout wings and fly. Okay? Sales is the art of transformation. Nothing happens until the sale is made, period. So you need to learn how to get really good at helping people say yes to themselves. And a lot of people have a hard time transitioning into that position of salesperson, leadership, business owner, because they have lousy beliefs about selling and salespeople. And that's another major area that we work with our clients on changing that. And then we see them making sales. What's up, Shannon Taylor's in the house. Good morning, superstar. Good morning. Good morning. Guys, so stoked that you have been joining us here. The topic of this conversation this morning, again, is that it's never convenient to live your purpose. Surprise, it's not convenient, and it's totally worth it. In any given moment, we have two options: to step forward into growth or to step back into safety. Right? All the results are just outside your comfort zone. No risk, no reward. I'm going to read you some of my favorite quotes again. I started off with them. I love Pinterest for quotes. When the winds of change blow, some people build walls and others build windmills. Some people build a wall to protect themselves from the change, and some people say, how can I capitalize on the change? I hope you guys are turning your lemons into lemonade. I hope you're building windmills right now. This is a gold rush. This is a gold rush right now. And I know it can be really scary to, get on that side of the coin. But if you don't, you're going to miss out. Because people are making a ton of money right now. They are. Why not you? There is only one way to avoid criticism. Do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. Aristotle. A lot of coaches are afraid of putting themselves out there right now because of all this censorship. Oh my God, what if I say something and I get banned and they come to my house with a freaking gun and, this is pretty scary. The only way to avoid criticism is to do nothing, say nothing, and be nothing. So I'll be vulnerable right here. Part of my fear has been, wow, if I really say what I think, which is there's never been a better opportunity right now for people to make money online because everyone's at home. It's a fucking gold rush. My fear has been that people are going to say, well, Vanessa, you're just insensitive. This is a real disease and this is a real pandemic. And well, this is true. There are people that have gotten sick, people that have passed away. This is true. However, it's also true that it's been planned. Surprise! Globalists planned this. Look at Lockstep and Agenda 2021, Agenda 2030. So what's really gone on here are people have manufactured fear in the marketplace so that they could put their business in front of people and thrive. Amazon, Netflix, Facebook, Google, Bill Gates with his vaccines. Ain't gonna vaccinate my ass, motherfucker. Nope, never. But that's how deep down the rabbit hole goes. So you have an opportunity to build a wall to protect yourself or to build a windmill and capitalize on what's going on right now. So that was been my fear. Oh my God, if I really share what I think, people are going to say, oh my God, you're so insensitive. No, you're a conspiracy theorist. No, I just do my fucking research. And I might have problems, but indoctrination ain't fucking one of them, folks. That's what I got to say to that. And I still have compassion, a really deep compassion for people that live off of the fake news on television. I'm not one of them. In any given moment, we have two options: to step forward into growth or step back into safety. Abraham Maslow. And my last one that I'll share with you guys here again is: opportunity is missed by people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. Strap your tits on, lovers, and let's get to work. World needs a lot of you love leaders out there right now, more than ever. You can do this. It's okay if you're afraid. It just means you got really, really big work to do. I love you guys. Come and check out our programs at takeyourpowerbacknow.com, 10K and 30-day program.com, bikinibusinesscoach.com. If you don't want to do it alone, you don't have to. The struggling, banging your head against the wall, all the self-doubt, unnecessary. We have incredible programs, a rock star team of love leaders. You're going to meet some of the most amazing friends that you'll have for life on the inside of a mastermind program. And most of all, you won't be alone. Just think how much farther, how much faster you could grow your business if you didn't feel so alone all the time. It's unnecessary. All right, you guys. Love you so much. Have an amazing day. Let me know if you're tuning in, catching the replay here. Let's just end this with Trisha Kondo. Made 5 figures in my mentoring business this month. Of course you did. Trisha is one of our students that has really just, we have a saying here. Everybody's like, I'm going to be your next Trisha Kondo. She's kind of become famous. And she's done just an absolutely brilliant job of implementing, of doing what's necessary, not what's convenient. And all of her results are hers. How fantastic. So anybody can apply the principles. Anybody can apply, a proven system. And your results will depend on how you implement that, at the speed of what you implement it. I'm never going to tell you how fast or slow to build your business, how much time you should devote to it. That's your life. That's your business. You have your priorities. Never criticize people, never judge people, just, here to really support you at growing your business as fast or slow as you want to take it. It's your business. It's your life. Yeah. All right. Love you, Trisha. Love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you real soon. Oh my God. Happy Friday. Love you guys. Aloha.